Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what are you boycotting till the day you die? Lifetime Fitness. It really pains me to write this, because I really love their gyms. I had a membership at Lifetime on and off through college. I went to a very large university with great amenities, so I didn't need the membership during the school year. I tried to cancel at the end of one summer. I was at the gym one day and I asked about cancellation. I was told to come back at a certain time frame the following Wednesday to cancel. I complied. When I showed up, the person doing the cancellations wasn't there. I was told to return the following Wednesday. Surprise, surprise, the person wasn't there again. I told them I was going to stop the payment through the credit card company. They responded by telling me that they'd take me to collections then. I ended up escalating through their corporate offices to get the membership cancelled. They managed to get 2 extra months of fees out of me. After that year of college, I shifted over to La Fitness, and maintained that membership for about 10 years. When I moved away from La Fitness, I joined the YMCA, where I've been for the last 5 to 6 years. I will always have a gym membership, but I am committed to not joining a Lifetime Fitness again until I'm reimbursed. It's really a loss for both of us. Edit, thanks for the awards everybody. I can't believe the attention this has received. It seems that many of you have found yourselves in similar situations. I encourage you to check out your local YMCA. YMCAs are unique in that their membership cost structure is designed to subsidize memberships for individuals and families that otherwise could not afford one. They also tend to be active in the community, hosting events like the Special Olympics. Thanks for all the comments, I'll read through them this evening. I tried to cancel my Gold's Gym or La Fitness membership years ago, because for some reason I had 2 memberships, no clue why. I was talking to the gym manager, and he said he couldn't do it, that I would have to print out a form and mail it into their billing offices to get it cancelled. I told him fine, that if he couldn't help, I would just cancel both of my memberships and find another gym. 5 minutes later, one of my memberships was closed. These gyms are absolutely the worst about cancelling. These gyms are absolutely the worst about cancelling. This is basically all gyms, because they make 50% of their money collecting fees from people who never show up to use the equipment. It's a borderline scam. If I gave you my billing information in this office/location, there is zero reason why they can't also process a cancellation in this office/location. They bank on the fact that if they make the cancellation process hard enough, people will just forget about it or keep putting off the fight. The bullshit with gyms and other companies doing that really needs legislation. It should be as easy to quit as sign up, every time always. 100%. If we can sign up online, it should be mandatory to allow online cancellations. If you must do it in person, then you shouldn't be able to sign up on a website. Good luck getting people to join if they have to come in. Facebook. It divides and dumps down people, contrary to what it should do. I haven't been on Facebook since 2009, and the way this has been perceived by people over time has been amusing to me. 2009, who cares? 2011, how do you get invited anywhere? 2013, that's kinda creepy. 2015, that's seriously creepy. 2017, nice, I wish I could quit. 2019, I'm off it, too. 2021, good, Facebook is dangerous. Once had a gal tell me I was probably sketchy BC. I got off of FB over 10 years ago, and other girls would think the same of me. Never really talked to her again BC of such narrow-minded shit. My mental health got way better when I deleted my account from that site. I deleted mine a few years ago and never plan on going back. Just too messy and unproductive. Big same. Ditched mine 2 years ago and haven't missed it a bit. Really the only downside has been that everybody forgets my birthday now. Chris Brown. Edit, not just for the Rihanna thing, he's been a piece of shit well before and after that. But yes, also for the Rihanna thing. To add to this, any artist who lambasted him for what he's done, and probably still does, then went on to do collabs with him. Looking at you, Drake. Drake doesn't have a solid reputation even without his Chris Brown buddy. For awareness. A verbal argument ensued and Brown pulled the vehicle over on an unknown street, reached over Robin F. with his right hand, opened the car door and attempted to force her out. Brown was unable to force Robin F. out of the vehicle because she was wearing a seat belt. When he could not force her to exit, he took his right hand and shoved her head against the passenger window of the vehicle, causing an approximate 1-inch raised circular contusion. Robin F. turned to face Brown and he punched her in the left eye with his right hand. He then drove away in the vehicle and continued to punch her in the face with his right hand while steering the vehicle with his left hand. The assault caused Robin F.'s mouth to fill with blood and blood to splatter all over her clothing and the interior of the vehicle. Brown looked at Robin F. and stated, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you when we get home. You wait and see." The detective said Robin F. then used her cell phone to call her personal assistant Jennifer Rosales, who did not answer. Robin F. pretended to talk to her and stated, "I'm on my way home. Make sure the police are there when I get there." After Robin F. faked the call, Brown looked at her and stated, "You just did the stupidest thing ever. Now I'm really going to kill you." Brown resumed punching Robin F. and she interlocked her fingers behind her head and brought her elbows forward to protect her face. She then bent over at the waist, placing her elbows and face near her lap in an attempt to protect her face and head from the barrage of punches being levied upon her by Brown. Brown continued to punch Robin F. on her left arm and hand, causing her to suffer a contusion on her left triceps, that was approximately 2 inches in diameter and numerous contusions on her left hand. Robin F. then attempted to send a text message to her other personal assistant, Melissa Ford. Brown snatched the cellular telephone out of her hand and threw it out of the window onto an unknown street. Brown continued driving and Robin F. observed his cellular telephone sitting in his lap. She picked up the cellular telephone with her left hand and before she could make a call he placed her in a headlock with his right hand and continued to drive the vehicle with his left hand. Brown pulled Robin F. close to him and bit her on her left ear. She was able to feel the vehicle swerving from right to left as Brown sped away. He stopped the vehicle in front of 333 North June Street and Robin F. turned off the car, removed the key from the ignition and sat on it. Brown did not know what she did with the key and began punching her in the face and arms. He then placed her in a headlock, positioning the front of her throat between his bicep and forearm. Brown began applying pressure to Robin F.'s left and right carotid arteries, causing her to be unable to breathe and she began to lose consciousness. She reached up with her left hand and began attempting to gouge his eyes in an attempt to free herself. Brown bit her left ring and middle fingers and then released her. While Brown continued to punch her, she turned around and placed her back against the passenger door. She brought her knees to her chest, placed her feet against Brown's body and began pushing him away. Brown continued to punch her on the legs and feet, causing several contusions. Robin F. began screaming for help and Brown exited the vehicle and walked away. A resident in the neighborhood heard Robin F.'s plea for help and called 911, causing a police response. An investigation was conducted and Robin F. was issued a domestic violence emergency protective order. For anyone who's not aware, at @u/Draco Arcanum, Robin F. is Rihanna. I like how this comment has no comments cause I think everyone knows what he did. I still have no idea how he has fans. Edit, well no it has comments low. I have a friend who listens to Chris Brown, but boycotts Taylor Swift because of the whole Kanye thing. I have no idea how she thinks that is worse than domestic assault, but she does. The same reason R. Kelly has fans I guess. People actually think Rihanna deserved it. It's depressing AF. Sirius XM Radio. If you've ever dealt with the customer service when trying to cancel your subscription, you'll understand why. They will straight renew your subscription at 1000x the price and fight tooth and nail to not refund you. Then they'll bombard you with email/mail/texts for the next 10 years. Fuck them. It came with my new car and I was shocked at how much email and physical mail they sent. I let it expire just to see what kind of a deal they would offer. I finally bit at the free 3-month plan, that had a $2 processing fee. I knew full well that this was just a way to get my credit card info so they could quietly renew in perpetuity, so I did one of those virtual cards that my bank offers that expires right away and limits the merchant to whatever dollar amount you set. It's going to be interesting to see what happens 2 months from now. Edit 1, I should have mentioned that I do plan on cancelling the subscription at the end of the trial and not just walking away without notifying them. I have no desire for this to go to collections. I should have been clear on that fact. Edit 2, I use a MasterCard from Citi that goes 2% cash back and has this virtual account number feature as one of their card services. State Farm. Thanks to some whistleblowers, they got busted committing fraud against their customers and the federal government after Hurricane Katrina. They told their claims adjusters to classify damage as flood damage, rather than wind damage, so that they could reject the claim and tell customers to file a federal flood insurance claim. Katrina survivor here. Had a 250 Kelvin policy. Had to sue them due to non-payment to only end up with 20 Kelvin. I hate the insurance industry with a passion. Yeah, the flood insurance thing was just the tip of the iceberg. I'm with you on the insurance hate. State Farm just gets an extra level of hate. Fuck State Farm. First, when I was much younger, I used to have them for car insurance. I had full coverage, uninsured, you name it. Well, one day I was hit head-on by a daughter who lived with her mother who was driving her mother's car. But the mother had lied to her insurance company stating that she had no one living with her who drove her car, which was obviously false. So her insurance company dropped her. State Farm was a fucking nightmare on all accounts. For years, I'm talking at least 3 years after this accident that I was not at fault for, I called SF twice a week asking about status of my claim, when was an adjuster going to come out, when would my car be fixed, etc. I was being nice, yelling and screaming, going to my agent's office, calling every 800 number, contacting the state insurance regulator, everything you could think of to get this bullshit over with and my car back to normal, and I could not get them to give me a solid answer about an accident that was not my fault. Finally, after years of this maddening bullshit, without any notice whatsoever, an adjuster who seriously could not give a fuck shows up at my job, looks at my busted car for 5 minutes, and writes me a piddly check, minus my deductible, and rolls out. Years later, I get a $500 check in the mail for my deductible. They apparently sued the other driver / her mother, to get the money back. I mean, nice, but they could have given that to me and then sued to collect the loss. Absolutely worse experience dealing with a company, and I've had to deal with some doozies. Second, my now ex worked at SF. Asshole. So fuck State Farm. My grandparents had State Farm for 30 years without filing a claim. They had a tree hit their roof, so they filed a claim. State Farm threatened to drop them after they filed the claim.